Do you know what I judge to be your principal trouble? Inferiority complex. Do you know what that is? It's what they call it when a fellow low-rates himself. Oh, I can understand that because I had that too. Only that my case wasn't as aggravated as yours seems to be. I had it until I took up public speaking and developed my voice. Did you know that until that time I didn't think of myself as being outstanding in any way whatsoever? Mind you, Laura, I don't want to make a regular study out of it, but I have a friend who told me I can analyze people better than doctors who make a profession of it. I don't claim that's necessarily true, but I sure can guess a person's psychology. Excuse me, Laura. I always take it out when the flavor is gone. I just wrap it in a piece of paper. I know how it is when you got it stuck on a shoe. Yep, that's what I judge to be your principal trouble, a lack of confidence in yourself as a person. And I'm basing the fact on a few of your remarks and on certain observations I've made. For instance, your clumping you thought was awful at high school. You said you dreaded to go upstairs. You see what you did? You dropped out of high school and you gave up an education just because of a little clump, which as far as I can see is practically non-existent. A little physical defect, that's all you have. It's barely noticeable even. Magnified 1,000 times by your imagination. You know what my strong advice is to you? You've got to think of yourself as being superior in some way. Why, Laura, man alive. Look around you a little, what do you see? A world of common people, all of them born and all of them going to die. Now, which of these you think have just 1/10 of your strong points? Or mine? Or anybody else's for that matter? You see, everybody excels in some one thing. Take me for instance. My interest happens to lie in radiodynamics. I'm taking a course in radio engineering at night school on top of a fairly responsible job at the warehouse. I'm taking that course and studying public speaking because I believe in the future of television. I want to be ready to go right up along with it. I'm planning to go in on the ground floor. Oh, I've made already the right connections. It only remains for the industry itself to go ahead. Full steam, you see? Knowledge, yep. Money, whoo! Power, wham! That's a cycle democracy is built on. I guess you think I think a lot of myself. You want answers? You want answers? You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and these walls have to be protected by men with guns. And who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility you could possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. That Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And that my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth, because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like code, honor, loyalty. These words are the backbone of our life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself in front of a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom which I provide, that questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you say thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to. Yes, I ordered the code red.
It wasn't him, it was you, Charlie. You and Johnny. Like the night the two of you come down to my dressing room and says, "Kate, this ain't your night, we're going for the price on Wilson." It ain't my night. I could have taken Wilson apart. I was ready that night. Do you remember the early rounds, me throwing them combinations? So what happens? This bum Wilson gets a title shot outdoors in the ballpark. And what do I get? A couple of bucks and a one-way ticket to Palookaville. It was you, Charlie. You should have looked after me a little bit. You should have taken care of me just a little bit so I wouldn't have to take them dives for the short end money. It was you, Charlie. You see, you don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. Real class. I could have been somebody instead of a bum. Let's face it, which is what I am. It was you, Charlie. When Joanna, my ex-wife, when she was telling me before about how unhappy she was during our marriage, I guess most of what she said was probably true. There were a lot of things I didn't understand, a lot of things I would have done different if I could. Just like I guess Joanna wishes she could change things. But we can't. Some things, once they're done, can't be undone. Joanna says she loves Billy. I believe she does. So do I. But the way it was explained to me, that's not the issue. The only thing that's supposed to matter here is what's best for Billy. When Joanna said, why shouldn't a woman have the same ambitions as a man? I suppose she's right. But by the same token, what law is it that says a woman is a better parent just by virtue of her sex? I guess I have to think a lot about whatever it is that makes somebody a good parent. Constancy, patience, understanding, love. Where is it written that a man has any less of those qualities? Billy has a home with me. I've tried to make it the best I could. It's not perfect. I'm not a perfect parent. I don't have enough patience. And sometimes I forget he's just a little kid. But I love him. More than anything in the world.